Good morning. In the last class, we studied how we can write ratio and how we can write it in the simplest form, right? So today what we are going to do is how we can divide a quantity in the given ratio. A quantity will be given and we have to divide it in the form of the given ratios. Normally in our home it's happening. If 3 or 4 toffees are there, how your parents are dividing it among you and your siblings. The same way, how we can divide it. Not equally, there may be a ratio. So let's check by doing some problems. Exercise 11C, in that first question, rupees 120 is to be divided between Hari and Gopi in the ratio 5:3. So the amount is 120 rupees and it should be divided among Hari and Gopi. It should be divided among Hari and Gopi and it is in the ratio 5:3. So what is the ratio of Hari to Gopi? It is 5:3 and what is the amount? 120 rupees. So with this we can understand that Hari will get more and Gopi will get 3. What is the total? It's 5 part will be goes to Hari and 3 parts will be to Gopi. Let's check how we can do. So what is the ratio? 5:3. So that ratio's sum we should find out. How we can find out the ratio sum? 5 plus 3. What is 5 plus 3? It is 8. Now we can write this 120 in the given ratio, or 5 plus 3 is 8. So we have to divide this 120 in 8 parts. So total we are having 8 parts. In that 5 parts we can give to Hari and 3 parts we can give to Gopi. So when we are dividing 120 rupees into total 8 parts, amount Hari will get will be amount that Hari will get is equal to, what is the total rupees? It is 120 rupees. What is the Hari's fraction? How much Hari will get? The total 8, right? Total 8 parts are there. In that, how many parts Hari will get? 5 parts. That means 5 by 8. 5 by 8 into, what is the total amount? 120. 5 by 8 into 120. Now, we can make it into the simplest form. When we will cancel the numbers, what we will get? 8 in 120. How many times in 8 in 12? 1 time. Balance 4 in 40, it will be 5. So 15 into 5. What is 15 into 5? 75. So 75 rupees Hari will get. The same way, the amount that Gopi will get. How much Gopi will get? Gopi will get from the total 8 parts, Gopi will get 3 parts. So 3 by 8 into, what is the total? It is 120. 3 by 8 into 120. 8 in 120, 15 times. 15 into 3. It is 45 rupees. So we divided the 120 rupees among this Hari and Gopi in the ratio 5:3 as 75 rupees and 45 rupees. So what we did, what is the given ratio? Add them, then what is the first number? By the total. What is the second number? By total we should write. And which amount we want to divide, just multiply it with that. Now the second question, we want to divide the 72 in the ratio 2.5 or 2 1/2 is to 1 1/2. We already studied in the last class that 2 1/2 is to 1 1/2. How we can write it in the simplest form? This is 2, this one will be 5/2 is to 3/2. Now we should write this as 5/2 divided by 3/2, which is equal to 5/2 into 2/3. Fraction division is multiply with the reciprocal. So 5/3, which is equal to 5:3. Now we got the fraction, the ratio. Now it's easy as we did the previous question the same way. So first we should write the sum of that numbers. Sum of 5 and 3. We will get 8. So how we can divide this? How we can divide? The first number will be 5 by 8 into 72, and the second one is 3 by 8 into 72. These are the two ones. Now 8 and 72. How many times 8 will go? 9 times. So we got the numbers as here 45 and the second one is 27. These are the two answers. When we divide this 72, we got 45 and 27. 45 is the first one and the second one is 27. Now look at the fourth question. In fourth question, there are three fractions. We want to divide 1400 rupees among three people A, B, C. The ratio 1 by 2 is to 1 by 3 is to 1 by 4. So first what we should do, we should find out the LCM of that denominators. For that 2, 3 and 4 we will write. We will find out its LCM 1, 3 and 2. So the LCM we got as 12. Now each number, that is 1 by 2, multiply with the LCM. 1 by 3 with LCM. 1 by 4 with LCM. Here 6, 4, 3. So we got the numbers as 6 is to 4 is to 3. Now we got the ratio. 6 is to 4 is to 3. Now what is our next step? We should find out the sum of this. When we will find out the sum of these numbers, sum will be 6 plus 4 plus 3, that is 13. Now we want to divide this amount in the ratio 6 is to 4 is to 3 among 3 people. So how much amount A will get? Amount that A will get. How much A will get? What is the first fraction? It is 6. 6 by 13 into this. 6 by 13 into 10,400. What about B? B will get 4 by 13 into 10,400. See how much? That is 3 by 13 into 10,400. 10,400. 13 how many times it will go? 13 in 104 how many times it will? 8 times. So 804. After that 2 zeros. So we got 800. Now each case we can write it as 800. So how much amount that A will get? 4,800, and it is what? 10,400 is the rupees. So that A will get rupees 4,800. What about B? 3,200. And what about C? 2,400. So we studied about ratio. Now if two given ratios are same, suppose two ratios are given and it is 8 by 12 is one ratio, 8 is to 12, and the other ratio is 18 is to 27. See, we got two ratios, right? When we will make these two ratios into the simplest form, what we will get? 8 by 12 become 8, which is equal to 2 is to 3, right? And what about this one? 18 by 27. Both 9 will go. There also we got 2 is to 3. So 8 is to 12 and 18 is to 27. These are the two ratios. When we made these two ratios into the simplest form, we got 2 is to 3. In this case, we can say that these two ratios are in proportion, or they form proportion. That is our new topic, chapter 12, proportion. Even if it is a new topic or new chapter, this previous chapter and this chapters are related, interrelated. The first one is ratio and the second one is if two ratios are same, we can say that they forms proportion. They are proportion. So how we can write the two given ratios are in proportion or not? We already understood that these two, when we will made it into simplest form, we got 2:3. Now we want to write these two ratios in proportion form. So how we can write in proportion? We can write it as 8:12. Two times we are writing this ratio sign, and after that 18:27. We can read it as 8:12 as 18:27. 8:12 as 18:27. 8:12 proportion. Also you can use 18:27. So this is the form of proportion. Here we can see that 4 terms are there. First term, second term, third term, fourth term, right? So these 4 terms. So these 4 terms, first term, second term, third term, fourth term, we are calling them some different name. So the first and fourth term, these two, the first and the last terms are called as extremes. E-X-T-R-E-M-E-S. Extremes. And the middle ones, these two, are called as means. Extremes and means. First and fourth term is called as extreme. Second and third term is called as means. So we told that these two fractions are in proportion. So we can say that the product of extremes means the first and fourth term product is same as the product of last means the middle terms. So how two fractions or two ratios are said to be in proportion? When the two ratios are said to be in proportion if they are product of extremes is equal to product of means. Two ratios are said to be in proportion if product of extremes is equal to product of means. Then only we can say that the given two ratios are in proportion or they form proportion. Let us check by doing one or two problems. Exercise 12a, in that first section we should check whether the given ratios forms a proportion or not. In that first question, 8:16 and the next number is 12:50. So if the two given ratios are in proportion, what is the form? It is product of extremes should be same as same or equal to product of means. So whenever the question is coming to write whether the given ratios are in proportion or not, you should write the steps. This step, product of extreme is equal to product of means, and 15 extremes and 16 and 12 are the means. So when we will find the product of extreme, 8 into 15 and the other one is 16 and 12. Now find out the value of these. 8 and 15, we got 120 and the other number as 192. Are they same? What about these two? Are they same? No, they are not same here. So if they are not same, we can say that these two ratios are not form a proportion. So the ratios 8:16 and 12:15 do not form proportion. If they are in proportion, what will happen? Both the sides will be same. Product of extremes will be same as product of means. Here both are different, so we can say that they do not form proportion. Otherwise, they form proportion. Sixth one, 7 by 8 and 14:16. Here, product of extremes is equal to product of means. We should write first. Here, what is 7 by 8? 7 by 8, we can write it as 7:8. And the other one is 14:16. Now, which are the extremes? 7 and 16. And the means are 8 and 14. Now, find out these answers. We got 112 in both the sides. Both the sides we got 112. If both are 112, we can write it as they are equal. Now, we can say that these two are in proportion or they form proportion. So, either you can write 7:8 and 14:16 form proportion, or you can write it as 7:8 as 14:16. So, now we understood how two ratios form proportion, right? So, product of extremes is equal to product of means, and only we can say that they are in proportion. If any of the term is missing, how we can find out the answer? Let's check. The question is x:4 is equal to 6:8. What does it mean? x:4 is equal to 6:8. Means these two ratios are same. Means they are in proportion, right? If they are in proportion, what will happen? The product of extremes will be equal to product of means. So, here what are the product of extreme? Extremes are here 8 and x, and the mean is equal to 4 into 6. 8 into x means what? 8x, right? 8x is equal to 4 into 6. If you want, you can write the answer of 6 into 4. Otherwise, just leave it like this. Now, we will find out the value of x. X is equal to, what was there? 4 into 6 was there already. Now, this into 8 will move towards the other side of this is equal to. Means the operation is changing. So, when the operation changes, multiplication operation, division. What is the value of x? X is 3. So, whenever we are doing, we should write product of extremes is equal to product of means. And which one we want to find out? Where is x? Try to write it in the left side and the other one in the right side. Second section, fifth one, 5:15 is equal to 4:x. Here also, first step, what we should write? Product of extremes is equal to product of means. So, what is product of extreme here? Which one is there? X is coming in extreme. So, 5x is equal to 15 into 4. Now, what? Next step is x. We want to find out the x. So, x is equal to 15 into 4 by 5. Now, 5 in 15, 3 times. Answer is 12. So, we got the value of x as 12. Seventh one. The ratio of length and width of a school ground is 5:8. Find the length if the width is 40 meters. So, what is given? Ratio of length and width means length is to width. It's given that 5:2. 5:2. So, what is length? Length 5 and width 2. And one more thing is given. What is given there? We want to find out length if the width is 40 meters and width is already there, that is 40 meters. We want to find out what? We want to find out length. Let us assume this length as x. We don't know what is length, so we just wrote it as x. So now let us write these in the form of proportion. So how we can write? Length is to width. What is that? 5:2 equals, first what we should write, this one is length and next one is width. So first we should write length. What is length here? It is x. So x is to 40. Now we know how to find out the value of x, right? Product of extremes is equal to product of means. So when we are doing the product of extremes and product of means, here which one we want to write? This side 2x we will write. So we can write product of extremes instead of, I wrote product of means is equal to product of extremes. So mean is 2x, extreme 5 into 40. 5 into 40. So to find out the value of x, x is equal to 5 into 40 by 2. 2 in 40, 20 times. So 5 and 20 when we will multiply, we got 100. X as 100 we got. What is x? X is the length. So we can write that. Therefore, length is equal to 100. After that, what is the unit? Width is meter. So length also in meters. So the answer is 100 meters. Now question number 9. Ratio of copper and zinc in an alloy is 9:8. So copper is to zinc is given. Copper is to zinc is given that 9:8. And what is given? Zinc is given 9.8 kilogram. So weight of zinc. What is the weight of zinc? 9.8 kilogram. 9.6 kilogram. Now we want to find out the weight of copper. Weight of copper. Copper, its weight is not given, so we can assume it as x. Now we will write it in the form of proportion. So how we can write? Copper is to zinc is 9:8. 9:8 is equal to, what is 9? It is copper. So here weight of what? Copper is x. So x is to 9.6. Now find out the value of x. 8x is equal to 9 into 9.6. Therefore, x is equal to 9 into 9.6 by 8. Can we cancel this 9.6 and 8? 8 in 9.6. One time, balance 1, 16, 8. If you don't know, just see this. One time. 1. Before that, we should put point. Now, 16, 2. We got 1.2. So, we got here 9 into 1.2. 1.2 into 9. 10.8, which is equal to 10.8. So, x we got as 10.8. What is x? X is the weight of copper. So, we can write, therefore, weight of copper is equal to, what we got? 10.8. 10.8. And here, weight of zinc is in kilogram. So, this one is in kilogram. So ratio and proportion. Hope it's clear to you. If two ratios are same, we can say that they are in proportion. Then product of extremes, product of means. Then find out the missing value. Only this much is there from these two chapters, chapter 11 and chapter 12, ratio and proportion. Thank you.